Thank you all for your attention, and I'm your commissioner, Jimmy Klein, aka the great Jimmy Klein, and your champion, Christopher Forsman. Now, my role as commissioner has essentially caused me to make a ruling and a few rulings tonight. One which I hope you all will be happy for in regards to the waiver wire, and I think we'll get to that in a moment. But of course, um, addressing this trade situation right now, we have vetoes that are taking place. It has essentially shut down the trade market. It's costing people their jobs. Scouting people are just being told to go home and telling trades are not going to happen. They've lost their jobs. They're turning to welfare. It's a major strain on things here. It's creating a large snowball effect. People don't know where to go. Our desperation is imminent, and immediate action is necessary. This action should reside solely in the hands of the collective ownership of the Football League, with the democratic ideals, with every team voting and coming to agreement. You'd think that you come up with a smart solution and a solution that everybody's happy with, but in this case, it appears that the power of the commissioner will be necessary for manifestation at this time, and to take over vetoing power, a power that was once in the hands of the people and now will be the hands of the commissioner. The commissioner has the power to break this cycle of vetoes and lost trades, which has led to league turmoil and perhaps total breakdown. And breaking that cycle is exactly what I'm going to attempt to do. I will ensure the resumption of the trade market. I'm going to provide emotional relief, if necessary, to those people shocked by the current vetoes in place. Wherever I can help, your commissioner is there for you. We've time and time again seen trades vetoed. Reform is needed. I've invested in this league, and I'm going to invest more time, as now with every trade. I will collect a manual vote, and we'll get to that in a minute, to decide all trades from here on out. And, we do need to come up with a resolution that is going to, perhaps we're going to up the standard from the 4 veto votes to 6. Typically, if you went and clicked veto trade, if 4 league members vetoed, a trade would get vetoed. So for now on, I'm going to collect all the votes, and it'll be based on a majority vote, and people will have 36 hours to get their vote in. Now, the plan, I think, is pretty good, a majority vote. A failure to act is certainly going to look like it could result in a deeper crisis and greater pain felt to the fantasy owners of the league. This crisis may not be inherent to myself, but I will attempt to come up with a solution and attempt to avert greater loss and greater diversion and greater opportunity cost of league prosperity. And these deficits will not be allowed to occur. I urge you all to come and back to the trade market, resume your trade negotiations. This is a rare moment when a league can take that turn towards a league of above average status to a league of standardizing the market for fantasy football. We will no longer have endurance tests on ourselves. We've had 6 vetoes in 6 days, I believe. The 6th plague of Egypt was a skin disease, and that would probably be easier to solve than this current crap normally reserved for the jerks over at Jersey Shore Boys. I could compare this to, if there's 6 geese on the 6th day of Christmas, there's 6 geese laying. They're probably laying crap, and that crap's comparable to the smell over at a gatherment of Jersey Shore Boys owners, but that crap is not, sir. Yes, sir. If this were the plagues of Egypt, I'd be looking forward to the 7th and 8th plagues of hail and locusts and trying to get rid of this mess. Our trade market has been shut down. I cannot speak for the other teams and their strategies. We did have one team obviously drafting a lot of quarterbacks and perhaps hoping he could improve his team through trading quarterbacks and setting the market that way. I cannot speak for my brother. But we're going to open up the trade market immediately, and I will have the power, the final say, to veto all trades. But I'm telling you that the veto will be based on a majority vote, which when I'm notified that a trade's been agreed upon via an email or whatever, a posting on Yahoo, I will contact all owners via a fantasy or via text message, and people will have 24 to 36 hours to respond. If I get all 11 responses in that initial, now it's, I guess, 9 responses because obviously the two sides, creating a trade. However, those owners have the reserve the right to change their mind. So, inside, this is what happens. 24 hours, if I have all 11 votes, I'm going to execute the trade. Inside that 24 hours, if I have 5 to 4 votes, I will attempt to collect the rest of the votes for up to 36 hours. But that trade, if inside that 24 hours, no matter how many votes I have in that 24 to 36 hour period, a majority will win. And only in the event of a tie does my vote count. And if it's in a tie, I'm going to wait to that 36 hours for somebody else to break the tie rather than myself. So let's say that I only get votes from nobody else votes, and it's only the two sides agree on the trade, and 24 hours is gone and nobody else has responded, then it's my vote that will count. But I'll spend that 12-hour period, a reasonable part of it if I'm not sleeping, trying to collect a vote to break that tie, and we'll go to the end of that 36-hour period. At the end of that 36-hour period, if it's still a tie, even if I've collected more votes then, I will break the tie. Okay, when hopefully in great discussion with the two teams. Okay, as far as the waiver wire, we have now come up with a system that will place the Thursday teams on waivers when their game kicks off. Those players will stay on waivers until the next Tuesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, when everybody else clears. The Thursday players, when they kick off, whether there's 1 game, 2 games, or 3 games, they will be on waivers. So the Thursday night game, I think, is Bears-Packers this week. Those players will go on waivers at 8:30 Thursday night. They'll stay on waivers until the rest of the league comes off waivers, as the rest of the league goes on waivers on Sunday. And therefore, your Monday night players will remain free agents on Monday. This is the first time we're going to see this in this league, that you will have the opportunity to pick up a free agent on Monday. And if you happen to have an open league roster spot, or if that, you have a player from Oakland, or let's say it's tonight, you have a player from Oakland, you want to drop a player from Oakland, you'll be able to make that change. You won't be able to drop a player that's previously played. If you don't have an open roster spot, you likely won't be able to make any moves. So just test it how it goes. But players will go on the free agent list as they kick off. It tells me right now they will come off the free agent list on Tuesday at 11:59 p.m., meaning Sunday at midnight. But usually that's not Sunday at 4 a.m. on East Coast. So you got to all know that from experience. I don't know when that exact time is, but all players will go on waivers as they kick off. And as a result, I will drop Kevin Ogletree. And in my opinion, everybody should drop all the free agents that they picked up this week. But I will drop Kevin Ogletree. Now, bear in mind, I actually should be able to keep him because running even into this week, I had the number one waiver position because I guess all you other people had used waiver claims after the draft, and I did not. So, or I was in whatever per the draft order, and nobody else behind me, or I should say everybody else in front of me, used their waiver claim. So I was bumped to number one. So even if I had waited this whole time and Kevin Ogletree was placed on waivers, I should be able to get him. However, I will let him go to one of you guys. But bear in mind that I then have the number one waiver pick. So I'll probably be able to claim whomever I want, but it won't be Kevin Ogletree. And go ahead, whomever can have him, because I have a great team anyway. I have a tremendous receiving core. I do not need Kevin Ogletree. You can go back to the rest of you people. I believe that's it. Week 3. All right. The moment that week 3 ends, people will not be, anybody delinquent from 2011 will be locked out. The moment we were looking at week 6 for 2012, but I'm not really too concerned with 2012 because most people have paid. But there are some teams from 2011 that, and to be fair for everybody, we extended it as soon as I'm going to put it as week 3 kicks off. Teams are going to be locked out. So that will go with the majority kickoff. So that's Sunday. Sunday at 1 p.m. of week 3. Teams are going to get locked out if 2011 isn't settled up. We'll see you later.